So we shall begin. If anyone has some questions, please type them in the chat. So as you all already know, we meet again. I'm Josip Durdo, and on today's episode, we will be talking about virtual walls, more or less what's behind them and how are they made. So basically, what is a virtual walk? It's a virtual presentation of your surroundings that you can go select and view like you are already there. It's a little bit different from other kinds of photography or videography, uh, but in some ways similar. So you need a little bit more specialized equipment to make them work. So shall we start? What will we cover today? How 360 cameras work, because we want to know what is a camera, why is it special, and how does a picture gets taken. So afterwards, what CMS and publishing, what you already covered in the last episode, we'll get to that. What cameras we have on the market available as this year or previous years, blah, blah, blah. How do we create a VR walk, and why not just use your phone? Because we all have phones, iPhone, Samsung, anything, Huawei, I don't know, doesn't matter. We'll get to that. So we have to differentiate a little bit what is a panorama and what is a virtual walk or virtual tour, because we all have panoramas available to make on our phones or our digital cameras. We stitch the image and we get a huge resolution image that can be 360 or it doesn't need to be. But what's the difference? It's a static image. And to compose it, you need to stitch all the images that are you making. It can be a little frustrating to connect all the bases because even the stitch may be perfect in nowadays programs like Photoshop or Lightroom or I don't know. You sometimes can see a little bit difference on the stitches. On a virtual tour, made with a 360 camera, you have a 360 scene. It's a one shot, or better said, two shot made in one, linked together with hotspots, so you can move around. You can be in one room, select to go from, I don't know, living room to your kitchen or your bedroom or your hallway, anything. It's all a matter of the perfect perspective. But this is the main difference. This is a panorama. It's a stable shot made from, well, let's say two pictures could easily make a panorama. So let's say two or more pictures. On this perspective, you could see a lot more pictures stitched together to get this view. And all the pictures that are used to make this panorama all over here. So let's say around 20 plus pictures or even more. I don't know if I counted well. Or are there more in the file that I opened to such see what I use? So basically, to make one whole panorama picture, you can make it easily with your phone, with your camera, with everything nowadays. It stitches up almost perfectly. As you can see, there is no easy visible stitches around us, but this is not a virtual tour and this is not material for virtual tours. The reason why I'm going to show you on the next slide. The next slide is a picture that is taken with a 360 camera and it looks like this. So what do we have here? It's a view from your hotel reception, better said, from the center of the hallway that we can see right in front of us, the entrance to the hotel. Left, we have the stairs. The carpet on the far left and the far right is the same carpet. They are not two separate carpets, it's one, just one. And down below, you see a logo all stretched up. We will get a little later to the reasons because of that, because like this, And this, it looks similar. It's a flat image, not usable easily like that. So basically 360 pictures need a program that can be viewed in. This shot was made with a 360 camera that has two lenses. What does it mean? Like shown on the picture below, the camera is shown on the side. So we have two lenses, one on each side, front and back. Both of them cover a viewpoint more than 180 degrees. Why? So we don't have the center line. They need to cover a little bit more so they can merge that images, so they can overlap by that 10 to 30 percent or of the field of view. That's the reason why that stitch is not visible on the later picture that I'm going to show you. The flattened image above is just a matter of perspective. So that's the image that you have on your computer that you upload to your CMS later to compose a virtual walk. That's only one of them. I will want to show you 3 or 4, I think. But why is there no perfect seam? So it's not easy to create something that has a little bit different viewpoints. I'm gonna show you the panorama picture on the next slide again. So I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. It's a parallax. So if you close one eye, then open it and close one eye, just switch your eyes, you will see different images in front of yourself, and the center thing won't be in the same position anymore. That's because our eyes are not on the same position. They are a little bit far from each other, and that little bit makes a big difference. So if you have a two lens camera, they capture it beautifully, but we have a multi-lens rings that are even more, well, the first thing, they are more expensive and they're quite not used that much, especially in smaller environments. They are used, for example, at Super Bowl in the USA to capture everything. So we are now at the panorama again. What I want from you to see the parallax between the stitches and the cameras, how they work. Try to concentrate on the building in the center. And if you see me now, I suppose you should see me. Try to close one eye and open the other and switch it like this. Close and open, close and open. See how the building moves around a little bit, left, right, left, right, left, right. The same is with the cameras. So all the matter with the cameras, you have to perceive it like you are viewing with your eyes. But we have a little bit more resolution than the camera, and our viewpoint is a little bit different from them. They depend on their lenses. 360 cameras capture a whole 360 view around themselves. As of that, we have a lot of options to do, but we have some problems that need to be done. For example, I'm going to show you a virtual tour, but before that, I'm going to show you some pictures that are made with 360 cameras and how they are viewed properly. So we saw that picture before from the virtual walk, like a flat image like this. And if you go around, try anything, you can do nothing. It's a flat image. That's it. But let's say we go view with a personalized, not personalized, special program that is especially made for them. For example, this is Insta360 for their cameras, and we opened. This is the same image, like you can see, but let's say, yeah, see now that's a flat image preview. But if we go to, well, this should be different, I suppose, but doesn't matter. Now we can move around and, like, we are in the tomb from that perspective, look up and down. So this is the same logo that you viewed before that was stretched. Why is it there? I suppose you ask yourself. That's the main reason, because that's the point when the camera was standing on their tripod. So to cover it up, you put your logo, or you put just some waypoints. It's easier to move around like that. But here we go. This is the entrance, the stairs, the carpet that's going to the reception, hallway, and everything. As you can see, above us, everything perfect. No visible stitch, right? Well, at least not easy visible. You would need to look a little more. Let's say another one. So from this point, if you want to create a virtual walk, you need to connect more images like this, 360 images, to get a virtual presentation of them. Let's open it a little bit bigger so it's easier a bit to show, like this. Can I move this? Nope. Okay. So when we are in this image, if we want to, let's say, for example, go upstairs, you need to move your camera to another point and take a picture of that point. So if you're gonna go upstairs in a point that will show here a hotspot that connects us with the upper floor. And when we go there, let me see, this should be it. Yes. Now we are upstairs. Here are the stairs, hallways. Right again, looking everything, going fine. And from now on, we can make some more hotspots to go to the rooms. If we want to go up there, we have 1, 2, 3 rooms. You can get 3 hotspots to go into each room if you want to. Or, like this is a long hallway, you can make 2 or more hotspots to go a little bit further, like virtual walks that are available on Google Maps. But this same image, if you look at flat, it's similar to the other one. So this is the hallway entrance. This is the same picture, right and left. This is a one room preview. You get all this, flat view, and we go to 360 view. Here we are. So can view your room where you'll be staying. For example, logo again, like a hotspot. And that's basically it about the images. What are they and how to view them? Let's go back here. What I want to show you is another presentation. That's a video made from a virtual walk. On the last episode, Matteo showed you how to make a virtual tour in our CMS. Basically, you can make on your own when you have your 360 pictures. Even so, if you have your older 360 pictures and want to use them to make a virtual walk in your VR headset, it's possible. For example, these here are the hotspots where you can move around. Let's open this. This is a virtual tour, maybe as. So when you get there, I'm gonna stop a little bit. So this is the outside of the hotel. We have those hotspots so you can move around and go there to that point to get another view. Like this, you just click it or move the point to it so it can open to move you around. Those hotspots, those icons, connect multiple images that are your, let's say, hallway to another picture. Let's go inside like this. So yeah, here we have the staircase. So if you point to it, we go up, or You go to wellness. Here we are. It is basically the same as on Google Maps when you go and view something and follow the what made the Google car on the roads. You can go forward, backwards on another street, and so on. Let's close this. So these are some of the cameras that can be bought almost everywhere in Croatia or in the world. There are even more. Those are just a few of them. I purposely didn't put on prices there because it's not relevant. And they move fast. So there's a newer version of Insta360. It's the X6. It's a little bit better than the last version. So GoPro Max, DJI Osmo, Rykoch, but those are more or less consumer cameras, and the difference in them is like everything else, like on phones. You have these different resolutions for your photo and video, different sensor size, better stabilization and better focus, better low light possibilities, waterproofness, and so on. Basically, like phones, easily. So, what I want to differentiate more or less than on these presentations are those consumer cameras. More or less, all of these are consumer and consumer pros because of the perspective that they are used to. But these two are the main difference that you can have. Two lens 360 camera on the left, the Insta365, or a multi-lens camera that is used to capture professional concerts, sport, I don't know, everything, or even do make a virtual walk with them. But those cameras cost for, I don't know, 3 or 4 thousand euros, something like that, and even more if you want a whole setup. They give you a much better perspective, much better picture, more resolution, more details, but if you need them. Uh, a very good professional virtual walk can be easily made with the standard enthusiast cameras like Insta360, GoPro, or DJI. What I thought a little bit about them, especially what makes the difference or what tells them apart, the sensor size. Basically, they are a little bit, they have sensors like mobile phones or a little larger than that. Um they have a built-in stitching algorithm that connects those two pictures that are taken with the both of the lenses. What they have to do, they simultaneously take two pictures on different sides with 180 and more degrees, so you can telegram stitch. So the processor needs to capture two images at the same time and connect them. Even better when you have your LiDAR sensor, so you can better measure your floor plan. Or when you, or that's not or, it's matter of perspective, you want to have a consistent work and workflow, you have to manually expose. So you have to manually set your settings on the camera to have a standard that you can't rely on automatic settings. Waterproofness is usually good in the field, especially when you need to take outside pictures for your virtual tour and what when rain falls. Yeah, your pictures are always better on a bright sunny day, but you can't control the weather. So these are the steps that usually need to be taken to make a virtual walk. So you prepare the space. For example, uh, look around yourself for now, the room you are in. Is it a living room or is it a dining room, sleeping room, office? Doesn't matter. What's on your table, what's on your left, what's on your right. That's always the biggest problem in taking pictures of real estate. You need to prepare your scene. Um, the better you prepare, the less you have to work afterwards, and some things can be removed. If there's a plate with leftovers, yeah, people don't want to see that on their virtual walk or when they search on booking.com or virtual hotel or with their VR headsets. So they look at the table and they have your, I don't know, leftover steak. Nah, you remove that. Um, you shoot scene by scene. So you don't go one scene in the living room and just walk away to another house. That's not it. That's not a virtual tour. You want to make the whole tour, and as you walk through it, you go few steps and make another scene. For example, entrance door, hallway, and now we have from the hallway. On the right, let's say there's a bathroom. On the left, there's one sleeping room. In front of us, another sleeping room. In the corner, kitchen. From the kitchen, we can go to the dining room, for example. HDR bracketing, multi-exposure blended for bright windows and dark corners. It's useful when you have a lot of dark and highlights in the same room. So the cameras nowadays do it, well, I'm not gonna say perfectly, but they do a pretty fine job. You have to retouch, so the VR hotel logo beneath us. If you don't put anything inside, on that point where you are standing or where the camera is standing, better said, you will see your triple lights, but you don't want them. I suppose you don't. And afterwards, you use the stitching program or inside your camera or like this in our 360 camera studio, so we can easily build a 360 tour with this, or like Matteo showed you on last episode. Let's see, that it should be here, right? Turning your scene into a tour. You link your scenes with hotspot, add a floor plan so you can easily manage where you are going to go. It's like a 3D plan, and add your info points and media if you want to. You can put some text, pricing, video clips inside your 360 photo inside your tour, so you can show people, oh look, if you go look through the window you can see a football match. I don't know, but this is the link over here, so you're gonna open it. If you want to look again on episode 9, Matteo showed you how to, let's see, put your images all together in our CMS. Now I'm not gonna talk much about it, so you can go just back, and if you didn't, you can look at it to refresh your memory or to learn if you didn't even look at it. Yeah, that's more or less it about the uploading and publishing. When you have all your images uploaded, you set your starting view, starting point. Hotspots are added, everything where they need to be. As you saw on the video, you can have more hotspots on one single image because you can go on more different directions from that point. Floor plan is good to have, but it's optional. You don't need to if you don't want to. Preview text, easier to maneuver, so the text can be shown on the hotspot. Where are you going? If you just have a hotspot on the right, you don't know where you're going. You can go, I don't know, outside onto the restaurant. Who knows? But put your text there. And when everything is done, everything's finished, before publishing, always check, try it, try it, and try it. There's always something that can be done better. When everything is done, publish it. So yeah, now we come to the phone. Why a phone isn't enough, even though they have 3 or more cameras nowadays, a wide angle standard and the zoom one. I don't know, 50, 100, 200 megapixels, 1-inch sensor or bigger, a lot of functions, raw pictures, stitching, panoramas, and so on. That's not it. You need, if you want to take your phone and take a 360 picture, that is possible, but it is a pain in something, not to say it. You'll need to take multiple, and I need multiple pictures, because those, if you shoot wide angle, no, that's not gonna do it. If you shoot the standard angle, you need to do for a 360 shot, 15 pictures of just turning yourself around, and they are not on the same viewpoint, they are moving. You have to have a tripod with a motor that goes around himself to have a standard viewpoint. Small sensor, weaker and lower light, and so on and so on. It's not it. It could be done, but it would be impossible to make it right and look so good. That's the reason we have 360 cameras. They are not built for just for fun. They are built for work. You have one press, you have a full sphere around yourself, up, left, right, down, everything 360, built-in stitching, you don't need to do much. Fixed rotation, clean consistent streams, a little bit roger sensor that is better low light, full manual options with exposure, consistent high HDR, and some LiDAR on some selected models. So if you want to do it with your phone, go ahead. It will be fun, and it'll be a big job to do it right. But to invest in a 360 camera, that's easier. Key takeaways to wrap it up. Two lenses plus software stitching make the sphere, but the parallax means no seam is ever perfect. As we saw when we tried to view on the panorama, the same building with closing our eyes, it moved a little bit. So that's the same reason the camera on the front and on the back has a little bit difference. Sensor size makes a big difference. That's what I always want to say people and to teach them. That's the main reason why some cameras are expensive. A great VR walk is a workflow. It's not just a camera. You have to do a lot of things before you make a good virtual walk. Prepare your surroundings, clean up, remove reflections, capture the picture, move yourself a little bit, take another picture, connect all the hotspots, all the rooms together, and publish it. Dedicated cameras exist because phones hit real physical limits. It's not just marketing that they need to sell those cameras. Phones can do something about it, but it's not getting the job done. So about the presentations, that's more or less it. If you have questions, please write on the chat section. We are going to cover something else up. So let me just open it. Oh yeah, here's it. So we are going to show you again our virtual hotel configurator. If you didn't see it already, it's a configurator so you can order yourself your own fully customized virtual experience. So what do we have here? We have 4 plans: Essential, Standard, Premium, Ultimate, and what is covered. So we're gonna stay on, let's say, the standard version for now, that is licensed. Bum, 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 bum. Continue. So how much license do you need? 2, 10, 50, other, let's say, I don't know, 55, 95, 99. Oops. Oh, that would be interesting, but it's a lot. Do you have your own equipment or you need everything? We can supply your VR headsets and us hardware and everything. Let's continue. How long does the duration of your license need to be? Do you want it only to try for 6 months if you have a summer season, whole year, or longer than that for 3 years or even longer? Let's discuss about the popular options for now. So which model do you want? We have few options. You can have your headset in your rooms, in your apartment, in your hotel rooms, or else. Let me see. There's something stitching up. No, everything fine. Oh. Or on your reception at the hotel, or if you have more rooms as a reception, or you need your headset to be movable and you go on your fares. Even though just describe us what you need, we will make it done. Let's say these two. Huh. Phew. Let's say travel. I don't know. You can choose about 3 different environments. The environments is what you see when you put your headset on. So we have Andorra, East, and Vendicar, a little bit different. So differentiate them and how you see them when you open it like this. This is basically VR Hotel when you put your VR headset on it and open the spheres that you have. Can open all the videos or photos that are inside of it. So let's see what's in Vendicar. Games, movies, music, and so on. Let's take, I like Risa. Yeah, let's take a Risa. Now we can choose what type of content you currently have or you would like to have to be displayed at VR Hotel. For example, we have 360 videos, we want 360 photos as well, 2D videos, they can be done. And other, I want, let's say virtual tour. Yes, because we want to show everyone more. How should we apply your branding? So we can do stickers just to put them on the VR headset, or we can wrap the whole thing. Look at this. This looks amazing, right? Stick with that. Do you need a stand or suitcase? Suitcase is so easy, really good for travel. If you're traveling and going to fairs, that's amazing. It's easy to handle them and they are pretty much secure about, I don't know, falling down. But if you have it on your reception, dockle option is always a premium bonus that it's in the eye easier. Or you don't need any, doesn't matter. Contact details, put in your information. Just for example, and you click finish to order it. So we get all the information that you put in this configurator. Afterwards, we research it a little bit and give you the best options that we have and send it to your email for further communication and see what we can done and what will be the deal. In short, that will be it for now. I hope this everything I covered. Let's go a little bit back to the beginning of this configurator. It's available all over our virtual hotel, virtualhotel.com. It's free to use. You can just go click there and research it a little bit. You don't need to order for now, but just take time, look at your options. And even so, if you are not sure, go make a configuration on your own. Click the selected options if you don't want to experiment a lot, and we will get back to you. Hope that everything was fine. Let's see, are there any more questions or anything now written? Not for now. Seems you know everything. Blah blah blah. And that would be it from me for today. Hope everything was fine. If you have any other questions, leave it in the comments afterwards. It is published, and yeah, that's it. Thank you for time and have a good day.